Yeah, my name's Anthony Minniniti. I've been in SubTo Freedom for about 3 weeks now. Um, how I got into it, I found a deal. I couldn't wholesale it, I couldn't flip it. But there was meat on the bone. I knew I could monetize it somehow. And I had heard about this SubTo. I kind of knew the gist of it. I had no idea how to do it. Anyways, I knew enough to negotiate with the seller a little bit, and we had come to an agreement. And then once we verbally agreed on a contract, everything was good. But I didn't know how to paper it up. I didn't know how to, even get it going. So I found Daniel with SubTo Freedom. Was the very next day we jumped on a call. He walked me through the paperwork. Um, this is after calling 4 or 5 attorneys. They didn't have time for me. They didn't feel like explaining it to me. I've done tons of flips, tons of wholesales, but just specifically with these contracts with SubTos, and I just didn't know how to even get the process going. And so the very next day, he jumped on a call with me and sent it over. We drew it up, sent it over to the seller. They signed. I locked it up, and we closed about a week ago now on one of them. And and then in the meantime, I got another one that Daniel with SubTo Freedom also helped me on. Uh, Numbers are pretty good, pretty great. I'm going to be in the deal about 3 or 4 thousand on the front end just to lock up the SubTo. The interest rates, I think 3.5% over, I believe it's 15 years. The house is probably worth about 170, and I got it under contract for 97 at 3.5%. I am going to owner finance it on the back end, and I'm going to sell it at I haven't sold it yet, but I'm going to try to get 9.95% over 30 years on the back end with 10% down. So I'm in the deal 3 or 4 thousand right now, but after I find a buyer, they're going to give me 18,000 for 10%. So then I'm going to actually be cash flow positive. I don't know, 14, 15,000. And then, not to mention, I'm going to get $700 a month for the next 15 years. And then for the next 15 years after that, I'm going to get another 1,600 a month for 15 years after that. So it's a pretty juicy deal. It's pretty amazing because it's going to feel nice to be getting, well, between both these deals, $1,400 in cash flow a month. Essentially, I'm doing all the work up front, and then I basically set it and forget it. I have to do nothing for the next whatever 15, 20, 30 years, and the money, just monthly payments, just come in. uh and there's not and very little money up front. I mean, as far as a cash on cash return goes, the numbers they're infinite. They're amazing. So um yeah, you can't really get uh and like, as far as long-term monthly cash flow, I mean, I don't see how you can really do better than these SubTo deals. Recommend would be to do exactly what I did. And once you find a deal, um you're going to need guidance unless you somehow, miraculously know how to do these deals, which you probably won't. So yeah, you're going to need guidance. And it's, especially like with the insurance and with the mortgage statements and getting it all set up, because it's staying in the seller's name, but we're making the payments, and then we're in, so it can get kind of dicey. So there's your first deal for sure, and probably your second for me. Like, I still need a little bit of help. Um, you're going to need some guidance to actually put it to bed, as Daniel would say.